Well, this is actually, okay, that's the name Sheikh used. I think that's wrong for me to use. So, someone gives an example, oh, Saleh is a coward. Then he says that to someone else who knows Saleh better. So that person will say, no, 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 Saleh is not a coward. And then maybe he knows a situation which the first person saw that, oh, so say for example, someone say Saleh, sorry, I'm backtracking to the beginning of the example so that I can explain it better. Someone is saying that, or someone saw Saleh run from the battlefield. They're gonna, okay, that's a bad example. Someone someone saw Saleh escape, or someone saw Saleh run from a confrontation or trying to say sorry to his brother. So someone says, okay, Saleh is a coward. Then he's going to say that to, say, for example, Yusuf. Yusuf knows Saleh better. Yusuf will say, no, Saleh is not a coward. Saleh was just waiting for the right time at a more private place where he can apologize to the brother that he wronged. So it's not cowardice. It's more of that it's something that he knows. The second person knows, Yusuf knows Saleh better than the first person knows Saleh. So running with that, no one knows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet and his Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the only people we look to for this answer on, or for this on who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, what he does, anything of this, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Messenger, and no one else. Just those two. And it's essential to remember that we only take, like, it's what we have to take is what's sahih, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his Messenger said, and what we have guaranteed as the truth. Because this is, if we skirt the boundaries with this, it's a very big deal. This is the Tawhid. It's not something simple, it's not something small. This is a very big deal, and we only take that which is sahih. And so anything from the Quran and the authentic, what's authentic, that's been firm, like established. And so then there's the Sheikh mentioned to us 4 things that are wrong in this, that we cannot do when it comes to his names and attributes. The first is at-tashbih, which is likening, comparing yourself, something like saying that, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this yadullahi fawqa aydihim. You cannot say that this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hand is over there. You cannot put your hands above each other and say, oh, that's like hasha lillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot comprehend Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's details, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does something, and we cannot give an example. It cannot be like it. Then the second one was tahrif. Oh yeah, thank you. Tahrif, which is changing it. Saying that, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-alim, but he's also something. Something, changing something, because what we can only take is only what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave, and nothing more and nothing less. And the third thing is at-ta'til, which is rejecting something. How do we explain this? Rejecting something that rejecting something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or his Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, just because our human small minds, our human minds cannot understand it. So we say that, oh, it's not real, or oh, something's wrong. That's a ta'til, and that's also that's the third thing that is wrong. And the last thing that is wrong is at-takyif. The last thing is at-takyif, which is like asking or thinking about how this happens, like how is Allah Hayy, or how is he Hadi, or how istawa ala al-arsh, any of this. You don't ask how, you don't. And actually before this, the Sheikh mentioned that you cut yourself off from even hoping to understand these things. You don't. You can reflect, like how this is the reflection of the lecture that Sheikh gave. But obviously, I can't give a lecture on the same level of Sheikh. Similar to that, we are reflecting on the names of Allah, but we cannot understand the true nature of the attributes of Allah. So then those are the 4 things that are wrong: at-takyif, التحريف, التعطيل, and التكييف, which is, in translation, is what was the first one? التشبيه, yeah, which is likening, changing it, rejecting it, or asking or trying to understand the procedure of, or how. Then beyond that, we go to the difference between asma and we went into the difference between asma and sifat. Asma is obviously proper nouns, like names that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to himself, like al-alim, whatever, or al-alim, things that he, al-khaliq, yeah, proper nouns he gave to himself. Whereas as-sifat are attributes that he gave to himself, like whatever, any, like hayy, al-hayy, that he's ever living. It's an attribute, or it's an attribute, that he knows everything. This is an attribute. And then we also went into the fact that as-sifat, there's two types of them, as-sifat al-dhati, was-sifat al-fi'li. One of them is the sifat al-dhati, that this is his a detail, and as-sifat al-fi'li is something that he does, like istawa al-arsh, or he came down. And so those are the two differences. Those are the two types of sifat. So recap, there's two types there's asma and sifat. Asma is the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his, like, the proper nouns, and the sifat is his attributes. And the attributes are divided into two parts: the descriptions of him, and the attributes of what he is doing. And then we went into the asma, and we said, Sheikh said, Sheikh got it from the book, who got it from, the Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger. And what is said is that there's asma are only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to himself, and then after that you cannot change it whatsoever. And also all of them combine into Allah. And then there's some ulama who say that Allah, the word Allah, comes from the word al-ilah, but they just take out the the hamza, and then they merge the two lambs together, and that brings them to Allah. And Allah Ta'ala. And that's a reflection on what Sheikh said in the lecture. And Allah, anything I said wrong is from me or from Shaitan, and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and His Messenger are totally free of any wrongs that I said. And anything that I said right is from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and His inspiration. May Allah benefit us from what was said and heard. Inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.